The Buck Act of 1940 is a complex legal statute that had far-reaching implications, particularly in its interaction with citizenship and the rights of individuals. To explore its impact, let's break down its provisions and consequences, especially the negative effects it had on people. Overview of the Buck Act of 1940. The Buck Act was primarily designed to clarify the tax obligations of individuals and businesses operating within specific jurisdictions. It allowed for the establishment of a dual citizenship. Individuals became citizens of both the United States of America and a corporate entity referred to as the United States, Inc. This distinction between the government and its corporate counterpart had significant implications for individual rights and states' sovereignty. Framing of citizenship. By recognizing individuals as dual citizens, the Buck Act shifted perceptions of identity and agency. This duality inherently positioned the corporate state as a governing authority that could exert control over individuals in ways that would not have been permissible under traditional notions of citizenship. Negative impacts on individuals. 1. Loss of sovereignty. By enfranchising individuals as dual citizens, many lost their understanding of personal sovereignty. Rather than being seen as autonomous individuals with rights protected under the Constitution, they became subjects of a corporate entity that prioritized profits and governmental control. This undermined the intrinsic rights that come with citizenship, stripping individuals of their ability to govern their own lives. 2. Legal ownership and control. The corporate nature of this citizenship allowed claims of ownership over individuals, effectively rendering them as chattel or property of the state. This came with the presumption that individuals and their assets could be treated as collateral for the debts of the corporation. The implication here is severe. When individuals are seen as mere property, their rights and freedoms can be easily ignored, leading to exploitative practices reminiscent of slavery. 3. Debt as a means of control. Individuals found themselves under the burden of state debts, often without clear awareness of how these debts were incurred. The act effectively positioned the government as a creditor to its own citizens, making them presumed sureties for debts through the framing of their very existence as a financial liability. This scenario could lead to punitive consequences for individuals, including the confiscation of property, wage garnishments, or the imposition of taxes and fees that they could not contest. 4. Erosion of trust and accountability. The division between the citizen and corporate state contributed to a pervasive atmosphere of distrust. Individuals became skeptical of government intentions and capabilities, believing that the state was more interested in maintaining its financial framework than protecting individual rights. This led to alienation from democratic processes, as many felt that participating in governance was futile against an entity primarily motivated by profit. 5. Socioeconomic disparities. As a result of these policies, the socioeconomic gap widened considerably. Individuals with limited resources found themselves continuously disadvantaged, unable to challenge their status or effectively advocate for their rights. Wealth became increasingly concentrated within the corporate mechanisms of the state, perpetuating cycles of poverty and disenfranchisement among the majority. Conclusion. The Buck Act of 1940 represents a pivotal moment in the evolution of citizenship in the United States. By creating a framework where individuals could be perceived as property of a corporate state, it profoundly impacted personal freedoms, economic viability, and the trust between citizens and government. The legacy of this act continues to resonate, underpinning issues of rights, control, and identity that remain relevant today. The negative impact on individuals is a stark reminder of the complexities and potential dangers of intertwining governmental authority with corporate interests.
Roll up and let's build, King Oz. The world don't smile easy. You gotta craft it, even when it's broken. So we light it, we learn, and we rise through the ashes. Ride the smoke.